I'm Matt Gelka in Washington. There's some outrage brewing over the sentencing of a would-be assassin of a Supreme Court justice. A would-be assassin of Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh was sentenced to 8 years in prison, a penalty some Republicans are calling way too lenient.
This guy who tried to assassinate Justice Kavanaugh is nuts. That doesn't absolve him of a responsibility. I believe in free will and responsibility. But you have to isolate these people from society. In 8 years, he'll be out in 6. And he's a danger to society.
Nicholas Roski admitted to traveling to Justice Kavanaugh's home in 2022 from California as a decision from the court overturning Roe v. Wade was imminent. But Roski didn't go through with the attempt to kill him. Roski is transgender and was sentenced as Sophie Roski. The Justice Department was seeking 30 years.
It's barely a slap on the wrist for somebody who tried to alter the history of the United States by killing off an associate justice of the Supreme Court and then having the Biden administration try to replace him with a more progressive judge. It is outrageous.
Evidence included Roski's search history on the justices and how to commit murder. On the night of the assassination attempt, Roski walked past a U.S. Marshal at Kavanaugh's home while carrying a gun and burglary tools. Roski stopped the plan, calling 911 and turning herself in. U.S. District Court Judge Deborah Boardman called it an act of terrorism and incredibly serious, but deemed 30 years unreasonable, seemingly putting a lot of weight on Roski's cooperation with law enforcement. Boston University criminal law professor Angelo says the decision isn't that out of the ordinary.
It's not unusual for judges to depart sometimes pretty substantially below what the recommendation is when they find there's mitigation that affects their sort of calculation for what is an appropriate sentence.
The judge said she gave Roski's transition consideration because she'll be sent to an all-male prison, but it's unclear how big of a factor it played. Attorney General Pam Bondi called the sentencing woefully insufficient and vowed an appeal. Reporting in Washington, I'm Matt Gelka.